It's been 4 months since you've last seen us. This is episode 19 of the Gray Area Podcast. We have been shut down due to quarantine.
Yeah,
Some of us have kids, man.
I'm allergic to white people. I thought I was going to catch it.
I too.
I thought I was going to catch it from the honky.
Because you know white people can contract it.
Did you look at the camera before you started? Like, did you look into it to see how the shot was? I feel like I'm out of the shot. Look how...
It's a pretty wide angle lens.
Oh, is it?
I'll double check.
I was going to say, triple check.
You got to scooch forward probably a little bit. But.
Just let me know.
It is weird.
Because, I mean, it would just make sense that a black person was canceled outside.
Oh, my God.
Am I outside the shot?
Are you?
Oh, I am? Oh, okay.
I set it up first.
Stop eating on the mic.
What's up?
You're eating on the mic. People are going to hear you smacking your cheese, dude. How you been, man? What's new?
Nothing.
Nothing?
My life really hasn't changed that much.
You about to be a homeowner. Yeah, confetti effect. Ah!
I'm going to get a house. That's why we're upstairs. Because all our shit's moved. Or packed up.
Oh, you mean like, what's up? Oh, wow, we were upstairs in the podcast. Yeah, that's why we were slaves. Yeah, obviously the comprehension's not as fast. I mean, I don't
even know where to start.
There's just a lot. There's a lot. How was your quarantine? How was your time? This is probably the best time of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Not having to go to work?
I like staying inside and not having to go to work and playing video games all day. It's a very good time.
I agree.
Not being a productive member of society and now finally having an excuse for it.
Yeah.
Good. See, before there was just like pressure that you actually had to do stuff. Now there's like, oh, stay inside. You're helping others by staying inside and staying healthy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Must be how it feels to be.
I've got more fat and more tan.
How'd you get tan?
Moving.
Oh yeah, you said that.
In the sun, yeah.
You moved like right across the street, right? Basically.
Yeah, like right next to the cabin over there.
Just because it's like a better like not mortgage, rent rate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were paying too much for where we were. We like that, and also the difference is we got in that other place we didn't have a kid at that point. Right. So like we got into an apartment not having a kid. Now we have a kid.
You don't have enough room.
Not so much we don't have room, but when you have a kid, you have a dog, so maybe you understand. The house isn't set up for a kid. It's set up for us two. And he just came in, so we had to kind of adjust and adapt.
Right.
Whereas, like, moving into a new house, we can child-proof before we get in there. So we can be like, all right. So now he can, like, just travel in this room.
Right.
Instead of before, it was like, oh, we had to keep him away from this and that because, you know, there's cat pee and, like, stuff that was there before him and, like, you know, stuff that we can't move around because we don't have space for it.
Right.
Now with this fresh start, I could be like, oh, well, get rid of this, get rid of that. Don't bring that shit in my house.
Right.
Jesus Christ. I don't know why anybody would want to keep... Like, me, I travel light. In order for me to move, I have to move my clothes and my computer. Yeah. I can move anywhere in 5 minutes.
No, for real. If it wasn't for everything that me and Imani had together, I'd have basically what you said.
I have a baby. I have 2 cats. My cat has fucked my kid up before by scratching him. But you know, I taught my kid to fucking with a cat.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the cat. Don't grab the cat's tail, and the cat won't fucking scratch you. And our cats are chill. So imagine we had fucking asshole cats. Yeah. My cat will only scratch you if you are like you fuck with it. Like I have a dog for a cat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so he doesn't scratch like that. But my kid got scratched one good time. That was it. You don't fuck with it. And now the cat will be in the crib with my baby. Mm-hmm. The baby won't even touch the fucking cat.
There you go.
He learned his fucking lesson. It didn't like scratch him in the face, but you know it got his wrist pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's how you learn. That's the best way to learn is by mistakes.
Yeah, because you insinuate like your action with a repercussion. You're like okay, and then we constantly telling them like don't fucking grab the cat. You want to grab your tail. But how you feel about taking a knee on a man's neck? How you feel about that? I haven't talked to you about that as a white person. How you feel?
I mean, obviously, I'm ignorant to how it is to be black in America, but
I wouldn't say ignorant, but
it's just not right.
You're not black. Well, you say it's not right?
It's just not right.
It's not right about it. He's a bad pest.
Doesn't matter. Like
he's a felon.
Shouldn't matter if he's black or white. Just police killing people shouldn't be
but he was a felon. He held a pregnant lady up.
So doesn't mean you need to kill him. That's my main thing that I have. The problem.
Yeah, but he had like fentanyl in his system. He could have easily died with one of the hardest opioids in his system.
Still killed by police. That shouldn't happen.
How do you know he's killed by police? Were you there? Did you do the autopsy?
I mean, no, but right. I'm sure that if someone put their knee on my neck and I told them multiple times, I can't breathe, and I was maybe on a little bit of fentanyl, I'd die.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
All right, and there's nothing wrong doing fentanyl. I don't know. But
it's a victimless crime.
The thing that I still really don't understand about police and how they operate is that if someone tries to run from you, you shoot them. Why is that a thing? Like you pull someone over
Well, you don't know
they don't have a warrant.
You don't know where that person's going. You don't know if they're gonna go grab a gun. You don't know.
No, but if like they just book it, they start running for the hills.
You're scared for your life. You don't know where they're running to, what they're gonna go run and grab.
Just leave. You have all their information. You have all their information. Just leave.
Just leave.
Don't shoot them. Don't pursue them to kill them. What if they're just scared or they're high on weed or something and they just want to get away?
Well, they shouldn't run. They should just comply. Why are they running?
I don't know. People do.
Why run in the first place?
Why kill them?
Because they're breaking the law. They're running. They're fleeing. They're resisting.
So just
arrest.
because someone's breaking a law means that you should shoot them.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's resisting arrest. He's running away. Okay. Who knows what he's gonna grab?
But what if he's not even running towards his car? What if you pull someone over and then they start running for a ditch and they start running for the woods?
This is the thing. You could avoid all this happening if you just follow the rules. If the cop tells you over, yes sir, no sir to the cop, and you do what you say, you put your hands on the wheel, you make sure that you don't make any sudden movements just so you don't put the cop in danger.
Yeah, but you've been in that position before, right? Complying with an officer, yes sir, yes sir. But like, what if
still harass me?
Yeah, but like, what if things don't always go as smoothly, even if you do comply. Sometimes you have prejudiced police officers.
The guy literally
who look for problems.
They killed some white boy who they told to play Twister essentially, and the guy had painted on his AR "You're fucked" and killed him. So, or people be asleep, or people be playing cops and robbers. People.
What was that one story I heard about some guy like sleeping in his car in a Wendy's parking lot, and they killed him for that.
Brooks. Yeah, that one's a little different. Because it depends. Because so
he
earlier
was fighting back, right? He fought back a little bit.
Yeah, he's drunk. He's being stupid. But
right.
That's not to say that. So this is the issue that comes wrong with that. Because there's a little wishy-washy, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's wishy-washy in terms of like, should he be dead? No. Should they have killed him? No. But what I'm saying is, earlier, I want to say like 3 or 4 days earlier in that same county, they had you saw that video of them pulling those people out of their car and like tasing them and like slashing their tires and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they try to say then a taser was a deadly weapon. Right. That's what they're trying to prosecute the cops on. Mm-hmm. And then they go and this guy grabs a taser and points at a cop. So now you're stuck because you're either saying a taser is a deadly weapon or it isn't. So if it is a deadly weapon, then they had every right to shoot him before the fucking. But the thing is, the taser had already fired, and he was still running away.
Yeah, and he was literally running.
Yeah, and then the other argument is he could have tased somebody and like grabbed their gun or something. It's just you can tell I spent a lot of time looking for the arguments to these because I don't want to just be a parrot. I want to actually understand the situation and be able to.
You have to see it from the police officer's side because
not even just the police officer's side, just to understand. So a lot of people are very focused, and this is something I've been hitting hard lately, just in my life. Is like a lot of people are focused on being right as opposed to finding out what's right. Right?
Yeah.
Is it ever right for a person to kill another person, and when they're in a position of power and they didn't necessarily have to? No, I don't think it's right. I don't. It's just like. Are you a fan of capital punishment, execution, essentially?
Definitely depends.
So this is so when would you say the death penalty is warranted?
Serial killers,
right?
Like proven serial killers, not.
So now, what if I was to tell you that there was a man? I can't remember his name right now. There's a man who was framed for a series of killings, right?
Yeah.
And got executed for it. Turns out it was some other random dude entirely.
Yeah.
The issue is, if he had stayed and like just done life, he would have got acquitted because they would have found out it wasn't him. So the issue with capital punishment is it puts like the same thing like no face, no case. Like a dead person can't tell a tale, right? Dead men tell no tales. So I don't think that capital punishment is. If it was a perfect system, I think capital punishment could maybe work, right?
Yeah.
But if it's not being a perfect system, right? It enables like a bias and people just killing people arbitrarily. You know what I mean? I don't think capital punishment is right at any degree.
I think that personally, if I could choose how the judicial system worked, there's this I don't know exactly what it's called. I think it's called like family-based trials, and they bring the family in of the victim, and they kind of utilize how the family feels about the situation to kind of create a sentence.
Okay.
So like instead of it just being a jury, it's the family, and they have kind of a conversation with whoever's being acquitted for these fucking crimes, and they kind of come up with a consensus, like should we give him life in prison or just like a 10-year sentence.
That sounds horrible. Because it's very open to bias. It is very open to random wakes of power. It just doesn't sound right, right? Because, like, again, if it was inherently perfect, right, like, we wouldn't have these problems where people are wrongly convicted. So, like, say a person's up on the stand and their family might have a little racism in them, and that person might be black, and they're like, well, I want to see this person dead, and they've sentenced them to death, and that person didn't even do it.
Well,
He got framed.
I think there were limitations to it, obviously. You can't just be like, oh, let's put all of... Like,
I think
this whole court, let's put it all into these people's hands.
I think the issue is that you can't lean laws to bias, right? They have to be like clear. Like you have to kind of be robotic with the shit, which sucks because you can't be. The other thing is like there's logic and then there's like just morality, and the issue is like you kind of have to balance both as a human because like there's these clear cut, but you also got to understand why things are the way they are. Like why a black person is more likely to commit a crime than a white person, right? Like you have to understand the statistics and how they work and interpret the information to be able to come to a decent conclusion. You can't just take everything at face value and be like this is the law all across the board because it'd be unfairly enforced. It's not like these cops go out and enforce the law strictly. Because if that was the way, nobody would ever get off with a speeding ticket.
Right.
They would get the ticket every fucking time.
Exactly.
Right? No, but they have this thing where they can carry out justice on a whim or how they're feeling that day. Or like, I feel this way, so I'm going to give out this many tickets. Or I'm going to take this guy to jail.
It's the same with a gun, too.
Right.
You can shoot someone or choose not to shoot them.
Exactly.
I've seen plenty of videos where police officers have like had someone in their custody, basically pulled them over and like at the side of their car talking to them. And they've booked it, driven away, and they obviously didn't pull their guns out.
Right, just chased him.
They just say, hey, we have all this guy's information.
Yep.
He's going northbound on this.
Yeah.
Get the chopper out. We'll follow him. And sometimes that ends in a gunfight because the dumbass in the car pulls a gun out and tries to fight back or something like that. But just from pulling someone over and seeing whether they have a warrant or not. If they have a warrant out for like child abduction or there's a fucking, what's it called, Amber Alert for their car, you can be a little bit more like suspicious and careful and have your hand on your gun. But like if it's just a normal traffic stop, but
you never know. You never know when a normal traffic stop could turn into you losing your life.
That's true, but
I feel like the number for that's got to be super super low. But well, they like drawing back to the George Floyd incident. It's like you can't just. I mean, like I was at the protest in Mount Pleasant or whatever. And, we all got our stomachs and, like, sat there and, like, said, I can't breathe for 9 minutes. You don't realize how long that time is until you're on the fucking ground, bro. Yeah. I could barely, like, I was saying I can't breathe. I could barely breathe just with my hands behind my back and my chest on the ground. Because your chest is on the ground. You can't, like, you can't pick yourself up just by breathing. Right. So it's, like, it stops you.
Plus a 190-pound man on your fucking neck.
Right. Like, you can't breathe. You're donezo. Yeah. So it was an awful feeling. And, like, because the thing is, when we were doing it and chanting it, like, you're there and you're like, damn, like, is it over yet?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, you really understand how long the time is. You know what I mean? So, like, it really puts it in perspective for you. But what I've learned, in my time on this earth and, like, existing is it's hard to fault somebody for not living the way I live. So, like, there was a thing when, like, people were getting upset about the rioting and the looting and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And, The issue is those people only, like, when the dude died, I didn't see any posts, nothing. Soon as the riot and looting start, a bunch of posts from white people and the likes, like, oh, this is not the way to do it, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys need to do it peacefully, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I don't fault that person because what's more realistic to a white person? Dying by police or somebody coming and robbing you or rioting near your house or looting your house? Being robbed, right? Because you can be robbed by anybody, right? You can be robbed by a bad guy. To if you're Caucasian, more often than not, the cop's a good guy. Like the two cops in your town, they're really good people. Why would everybody hate cops over, a specific incident? Like the cops I know are good people. They have never done anything negative to me.
Right,
they haven't shown any difference of opinion to me based on my skin color.
Well, that's the difference too, because like obviously in cities, the ethnic population is higher than out in the country.
Yep.
And in cities, there are more police officers who aren't acquainted with neighborhoods and people. They're just kind of get hired in. They're doing their job.
They come from the suburbs.
Yeah.
The city. Yeah.
So they don't have as much of a personal relationship with the people there.
Yeah.
So all the white people, there's obviously people of color out in country, but they all have like a more like personal connection with the police officers. So they're like, oh yeah, Literally
Yeah,
what you
like
just said,
rural as
why?
fuck. Yeah, because I've seen the same one, like the guy I make fun of over there at Barrington, the Jeep cop.
The Jeep cop.
Yeah, like you'll see him every day.
I think his name's like John or something.
Yeah, the dickhead.
He's a dickhead. He gave me a ticket.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Piece
guy's
of
a
shit.
dickhead. But I'm saying like that guy, and you've never had a negative interaction with him, and you see this stuff on the news. You're gonna be like, what? I know this one cop, and this is blah blah blah, but that's just not the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Now, like people say, you need to be peaceful and whatnot. It's like niggas were peaceful for a long time. You know what I mean? They tried. Like the thing is, like I put it in perspective for my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, how much is your kid worth to you? Is your kid worth $1 million? Obviously, right? It's your fucking kid, right? So worth $1 million.
Yeah.
So if $1 million worth of property damage needs to happen, so my child's life is 20, 30%, 40%, 50% safer, by all fucking means. Burn it all. I don't give a shit. If it has to be my house, it gets looted and rioted and burned to the fucking ground, and I paid X amount of money for it, I don't give a shit. If it means my child is safer at the end of it, then this is the thing that you should be saying. You shouldn't be saying, what happened was horrible, but the riots need to stop. Mm-hmm. It needs to be like, these riots are horrible, but they need to stop killing black people.
Yeah.
Like
that should be the first thing.
It's got to stop happening. Also, the other thing I'm torn about is like the media is upplaying this racial divide heavy because it makes ratings like white versus black, but I don't think it's as bad as they let on. But what this situation has done and what this presidency has done for me is it's really outing people who are like low key racist. You know what I mean? Like people that before were kind of silent about it and like you couldn't have told before. Now you can tell like that person has racist tendencies, right?
Yeah.
And people get real offended when you call them the R word, right? I like to say that because like to them it's like saying nigger. Right. Like when you say racist, you gotta understand there's a spectrum. You can be burning across, or you can be like, I don't want my daughter to date black guys. Like there is a spectrum. It's not like you're racist and you're the worst kind of racist. It's like you have some prejudiced tendencies that you need to work on.
Would making racist jokes fall on that spectrum? Probably really low.
No, because comedy's different, right?
Right. Well, not like stand-up comedy, like comedians. People are just like sitting in their home in their own company saying, racist joke here and there.
I don't know. I don't really care about racist jokes.
I think if it did fall on the spectrum,
depends. Like if it's funny and it actually makes sense, yeah.
If it's just being racist.
So, I don't want you to just make a joke up so that you can say the word nigger. Like that's not what I'm looking forward to. Or like there's some incels on the internet. Like I don't like. I always say I don't like playing with regular people on WoW, which is funny that I say that because nobody plays WoW as a regular person. But I don't like playing with regular WoW people because they're lame. Like once they figure out like you're black, they're like, haha, black. And it's like that's not funny.
Right.
It doesn't offend me. It's just lame. It's just annoying. It's like
that's true.
I like, or somebody will be saying nigger just for the sake of it, and it's like
the shock value of it.
Yeah, and it's like to me, I always say like if I was white, I still would be annoying. Like you're just saying it for no reason other than that you want to say it. Like it's like this word holds this power that it's so weird to me, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like white people can do everything in this world except say and they can say the N word, just not, there'll be a consequence probably if you say it in front of someone black or just period. But they want to say that word so bad. They're like, it's mine. I gotta have it. Yeah. It's like, white people, it just kills me, man. Why? For what reason would you want to say it so bad?
Don't know.
And most people don't give a fuck if you say nigga. I don't. Obviously, don't say it at a public function.
It's not gonna make me mad, but it's just cringy most of the time.
Yeah.
When a white person says it unironically, like
it's like boo, or like
gross.
I always tell some white people, some white niggas I hang out with, like when you hesitate when you say it, you sound stupid. Yeah. Because you like if you're hesitating, you shouldn't be saying it. Mm-hmm. Now if it's fluid and you're just saying it like in context of whatever you're talking about, no one gives a shit. It's when you hesitate because that whatever you're saying is stupid.
Yeah.
But it is to say that what happened to the man was an atrocity. I wouldn't want to be if that was your son, your dad, your brother, you'd be burning fucking shit down too.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect you directly, so you can't. It's hard for you to acknowledge that it's an issue. Now, the majority of white people are behind.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Right.
It's those select few who are
it's
still
not white people that are the problem. It's racist people that are the problem.
Exactly.
It's not the whole group. It's just the
It's so funny
few.
because when you say white people, the white people who are white or who aren't white people, they understand immediately. They're like, "You're talking about me." He means white people.
Like those white people.
Yeah, there's white folk and there's white people. You are white folk. Mm-hmm. White people are the Karens. Like old girl who called police on old boy who was a bird watcher. You seen that?
Yeah.
In Central Park? Mm-hmm. That was mad funny. She was like, I'm going to call the police and tell them a black man is threatening me.
Or the lady that was like bitching at the parents because this kid was driving a Power Wheel and didn't have a license. Did you see that too?
I didn't see that.
I haven't seen anything like that. What kind of vehicle is that? He doesn't have a license. He's too young to be driving it. And the parent was literally just like, "Bitch, it's a Power Wheel. Like, what are you talking about?" Stupid as fuck.
That's bad funny.
Pissed me off, man. And then like the whole Karen movement, where like saying Karen to a white woman is like saying the N-word to a black person. No, it's not.
Why people want to be oppressed so bad? I don't know why.
I don't understand.
I talked to.
I'm depressed, not oppressed.
Yeah, I'm depressed, not oppressed. I was talking to another incel on the internet the other day.
Fucking incels.
I was like having an argument with him because he's like, black people walk around with a chip on their shoulder. I was like, I don't think we do. I think that you don't interact with enough black people.
Right.
Because I don't think any black person feels entitled. Because we grow up. Because you grow up, you're born, and your parents tell you you're not entitled to shit. You're black. You're already second class. Yeah. You figure it the fuck out. So what the fuck am I entitled to? Only thing I ask, I tell them like I told Denzel, I was like, yo, just acknowledge that we didn't start off on an even playing field. Acknowledge that there is this discrepancy.
Right.
Right? Acknowledge these facts. So then we can move forward and have a better conversation about it. Don't sit here and be ignorant just because you want to be oppressed and this, that. Like, my man's tried to explain to me, like, oh, there's a genocide of white people happening in South Africa. I was like, and you think we wouldn't have heard about it? He's like, it's happening, I promise you. I'm like, you think white people dying in a black country would have made headline news? Come on.
Because it's a black people country. You know?
Right? He's like, it's happening. They're stringing them up and crucifying them in the streets in South Africa right now.
And then the people on like, I don't get on Facebook anymore, but I literally just hear about it from everyone I know. And
yeah, I like take a break sometimes.
I just can't, man.
Because that like
pisses me off.
There's a dude who like constantly on there, and like what he'll do to like try to push his narrative is he'll like drag like random black conservatives in, and then, there's not a lot of them, so like they just like that's how they validate their point. Like, look, this black person's saying it, so
yeah. So all black people should believe.
Yeah,
this.
like this must be true. Oh, I'm not racist because look, here's this black person saying exactly what I feel. Yeah. Like, no, that's not how that works, bro.
Or they bring up cases from like 2002 where like a black man abducted a white kid or killed a white kid, or a black man did this, a black man did this.
Yeah, they just like to deflect because
white
like
people did this.
This is the thing is like, and you understand it because a lot of white people don't. A lot of white people feel like when you acknowledge that, there's a form of responsibility that white people have for doing certain things, it doesn't take away from your power that you have. It doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you aware.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they act as if it's so negative to admit some type of fault, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not here to say it's all your fault. I'm not here to say you have to give me handouts. I'm not saying that. I'm saying acknowledge we ain't start off on an equal playing field, so that when shit happens, we can maneuver it the correct way. Like, we can make adjustments for the fact that we didn't get raised the same. Mm-hmm. And then so like I tell them, because like when I say white privilege, white people always go like, oh my god. And I'm like, it's not saying that, because you could be poor and grow up white and like still be disenfranchised to a degree, right? It's because it's at its base is a wealth and class issue. Because like in Africa, like people still have the divide, and it's like tribes and shit, and it's wealth. Yeah. But the issue is the distribution of wealth and class is kind of goes parallel or congruent with race in America. So that's why it's so closely tied to like the wealth and class issue is between black and white, because a lot of white people have money. Black people don't.
That makes sense. So there are still people of both sides that have
right. There's still outliers, right? Mm-hmm. So like you can be white and be poor, but this is the thing: your life has never been hindered because you're white. It is a privilege.
Because I'm poor.
It's a privilege to be white, right? I was gonna say your life sucks because you're poor, not because you're white, right?
Yeah, that's something people need to understand for a fact.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you less of a person for admitting that. It doesn't make you less of a person to admit that you've benefited from a system that is inherently racist. Mm-hmm. It's like, no. If anything, you could, after you acknowledge it, you could be like, how can I use this system I benefited from to build up my fellow brothers? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, niggas don't want to hear that. Niggas want to keep hating. Niggas want to be mad. Niggas don't want to be wrong.
That's for
What
sure.
is so wrong with being wrong, man? I don't know. Like, that's a part of growth. Like, sometimes you just gotta like take that shit in the chin and be like, I was wrong. And just keep pushing.
Yep.
I'm not right. That's why I go out of I go out of my way to seek out arguments against what I believe in, because I need to be able to. Somebody coming to me with these arguments, I need to be able to explain to them why I believe what I do, but even with the arguments against me. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand the argument. Here's how I dissect your argument, and I lead you back to why this is what's right.
Yeah.
Not about me being right. Black people shouldn't die. End of story. To people they pay to protect them. Well, black on black crime, blah, blah, blah. That's deflecting, right? Mm-hmm. When Ray shoots my ass, he's going to go to jail for the rest of his fucking life. when fucking Officer Branston kills me,
he's gonna get pension.
I was gonna say, he gets pension and paid administrative leave. So that's the divide. Is like you like anytime you bring up an issue, they want to drag it away and bring up another issue because they don't want to feel guilty or bad or wrong. It's like no.
And I love the narrative where it's like, well, if you just follow the laws,
oh man,
nothing will happen.
That's my favorite one because like I was literally. So what was great is this I keep calling people incels because it's funny to me. I was telling the incel he lived in a county I used to live in.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him, "Have you ever been pulled over by the police?" No, never. I don't speed or anything. Right? And he goes. So I go. It's funny. I live in the same county as you. I don't speed. The 2 times I was getting pulled over, I was on my way to an interview. So I was dressed nice.
Mm-hmm.
Both times I got my car searched. Both times. Right? And so you tell me why I got pulled over and you didn't, and we drove in the same county.
Right. Makes no sense. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you know, I don't want to say it's because of my race. I'm just going to let you know that these are the facts. This is what happened. Same county. We were same age.
Yeah.
Driving similar cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My car doesn't look beat up or anything. So it's like, why did I then get pulled over?
The 3 times I've gotten pulled over, or 4 times. 3 of them have been in this county, and 1 of them has been in Mecosta. And all 3 times I've been pulled over, well, I guess it's different because the 3 times I've been pulled over in this county, the police have always been super, nice. It's obviously because I'm white, but the one time I got pulled over in Mecosta County, I had Amani with me, and this was back in like 2015 or something. And the first thing he asked is who I had in the car with me. And I looked at him. I was like, "Does it matter? Like at all? Like why are you asking me that?"
Yeah.
And that just showed me automatically. That,
there's a difference.
This is weird.
It's not the same.
Something's not right. Why would you ask me that right off the bat?
Exactly. So it's like to deny that is just you're being facetious. So whenever I have these conversations with people like this, I say, "All right, so we just had a conversation. I gave you a fact.
Yeah.
Until you acknowledge that this fact is true, right? Because it's a fact. It's not an opinion I'm giving you. It's a literal fact. You can go look it up. You can see it. You can see the statistics.
Yeah.
Because what's weird is that, and he's a criminal justice, he studies criminology, is that he can admit the fact is that, yeah, we actually get pulled over at the same rate. You wouldn't believe, but we get pulled over at the same rate, you and I.
Yeah.
We get arrested at vastly different rates. We get searched at vastly different rates, right? So it's like, I give you these facts, and you don't want to acknowledge. But instead of acknowledging them, you carry the conversation somewhere else. It's like, no. I'm going to drag you back. Yeah. Would you acknowledge this fact before we move forward? Because if we don't, I can't have this conversation with you. Because that tells me that you're not worried about what's right. You're worried about being right.
Yep.
So I need you to acknowledge this fact and that you understand this fact and you interpret this fact. It was like, well, but no, there's no but. This is fact.
But.
If it was my opinion, you could be like, well, but see this other side.
Yeah.
There's no other side to see here. These are the statistics
it's just big facts, Mr. Incel, man.
Yeah. So it's like I just
something else that I just remembered too. Fucking the 3 times I got pulled over in this county, 2 of them I didn't have my music on at all, and it was just like a completely normal like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you speeding? Because I speed everywhere I go. I'm a piece of shit. But the 2 times I didn't have my music on, it was a completely normal like conversation. But the one time I had the dog with me, and I was going 5 over in a 25, and I got pulled over, and I was trying to like situate the dog. She was freaking out. And I had my music on still, and I think it was either Biggie or something, and the music was still playing while he was walking up. So I was like, "Oh shit, he's gonna hear me listening to Biggie," and I was fuck. And literally, the first thing he asked me is, "Do you have anything in the car that I should know about?" if I were to have been black and had that music playing, I would have been out of my car getting fucking strip searched.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I just remember that was weird. I didn't even like realize that when that happened. But like the one time I'm listening to rap music, the police suspect me of having something in my car, which might have not actually been how it went down, but like it's just weird that happened because I've never been asked that before. Yeah. Because obviously I don't have anything in my car you should know about. I'm a fucking white guy with a miniature pincher. Like, what do you fucking want from me?
Hey, the worst part is like you usually have the widest decor on, right? You don't look like obviously you listen to rap and whatnot, but you don't look like what I'm talking about, like a fucking wigger essentially. Right. Yeah.
I can never dress like a wigger.
Yeah. So it's just to say that stop killing black people. Stop. I'll tell you one thing. I don't agree with burning down people's houses. I don't think why should it even have to come to this? Maybe we solve this problem. Yeah. And this shit doesn't ever happen in the first place. Yeah. Why do people have to get to the point where they have to burn down shit you see how much shit, and then people
much shit got done when this started happening.
People are like, rights don't do anything. You have to peacefully protest, and within a month, like
all of a sudden it's illegal. Happens, right? It's illegal to call the police on something you don't know is actually happening. And
change started happening real fast when you start burning white people's shit to the ground. Yeah. You seen a lady on the front lawn with the glizzy, didn't you?
Yeah. The both of them protecting their $40 million house.
Yeah. And she had like no trigger discipline. Was just like holding the.
She was just holding it.
I was like, that white lady is crazy. Then the other white lady who like was having an argument with the which she bumped into the black lady's kid, and she like pulled out her glizzy.
Oh,
and was like, yo, was cracking. I was like, you can't just be point. Yeah. So anybody who's ever owned a firearm knows that you can't just point guns at people. It's not how it works.
That is the last thing you should do in a situation like that.
Right. Your life has to literally be like, be threatened.
Yes. I feel like that's how it should be for police too.
Also, she was not a safe distance away to pull a gun on somebody.
No.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that. You're not supposed to be close to somebody.
They can just grab the gun.
Right.
It's like a 8 feet thing.
Yeah. It's pretty decent distance. Like you can't at least 6 feet.
At least.
For the glizzy. No, but yeah. So it's just to say like don't. I would prefer we don't have to riot and loot. I would prefer not to have to do that. Right.
But when it's this necessary.
Right.
Because
it's like,
you can literally see stuff getting done right when this whole thing started.
And it's also to say, like, just stop killing black people. Just stop doing that. We'd be all right. Stop killing people in general. So I don't even want to see black people. Like, it's not like white people get killed by cops too. Mm-hmm. So we should all be in arms about people dying to police.
Yes, sir.
But nah, all lives matter until niggas start dying from COVID, get locked in cages at the border, and peoples get their reproductive rights stricken away, transgender people lose their rights, but all lives matter.
It was funny as fuck.
It's almost like that shit that dog was losing.
When the riots started, everyone forgot about COVID. COVID wasn't in the news anymore.
Done.
It was done.
Who?
But now it's coming back.
Like Soulja Boy. COVID.
Drake.
COVID.
Literally, COVID is. Oh my god, dude. I could talk about this for a while too.
About COVID, bro.
Dude,
how has it affected you?
I don't know why we opened up all of our businesses just right off the bat.
That was wild.
I say we didn't give it a week.
This state did it the best. If you look at Florida, they barely locked down. They locked down for like a week.
Well, that's why.
And you see now they're like at the epicenter of the shit now.
Yes, I'm saying that's why they're like the new China, basically. Yeah. It's like, hello, like I don't even know.
And now being safe and wearing a mask is now a political divide.
It's like yeah, it's basically all about politics now. Everyone believes, or so many people, like I work with a bunch of older people at the post office, and so many of them believe that this is just some kind of government conspiracy. The whole thing's made up.
It's so weird that you work for the government and call it a government conspiracy.
I don't know.
Why work for the government if you think it's conspiring against you? Anyways, no, so my thing is like, do I feel like the government should force anybody to do anything? No, I don't think that. What I think, though, is if you had warned the fuckers in the first place, no one would have had to force you to do it, you dumb motherfucker. Yeah. And now like, people are like, annoyed by certain things. It's like, okay, so you're in America, you have a right not to wear a mask, right? Right. Businesses in America, right?
Businesses
are
not
refuse service, nigga. No, so they say no shirt, no shoes, no service.
That's been a thing for a very long time.
They say wear a seatball when you drive. You don't say they're taking away your rights.
But wear a mask? Oh, that's too much.
They say buckle up and put your tray up before you fucking hop on before the plane takes off. The NSA tells you to strip down and basically butt naked cough.
Yes, sir.
You got no problem with that.
Right.
But wear a mask, and that's the last fucking straw, dude.
Yep. You want to play sports? Well, we
have
have to touch your balls.
In your house. We're not telling you.
They didn't even enforce the whole 10-person limit thing. Yeah. Like, if you're having a big-ass house party, obviously the cops are going to come by like, hey, this is fucked up. But, like, you can have 12 people over and no one's going to come to your house and fucking arrest you. So, like, it's not...
They're not really arresting people for it.
No.
It's just you're just making it worse at this point.
And I think something that kind of fucked us up, though, is our governor. Everyone was kind of turning on her. Mm-hmm. And to an extent, even the police were kind of like, they stopped enforcing.
They're like, I'm not going to enforce this shit.
Yeah. And that kind of fucked everything up, too.
Yeah,
but, like, all the people that stood outside I forgot what it's called, the building, the governor's building, and, like, protested without masks on. And then that was a humongous problem when they were protesting against George Floyd. Yeah. They got maced.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
And then all the white people that were protesting with their ARs outside.
What I'll tell you what I've changed on, like, big, as far as, like, Second Amendment. Like, absolutely, I take everything I say back about getting rid of 30-round clips and all this. I renounce it all. I see now why you need weapons. Because you see, they ain't fuck with those protesters at the Capitol because they was strapped. Now we're all strapped. They're not gonna be. I guarantee you, they're gonna want some real weapons. They're not gonna want tear gas and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're strapped, they're not gonna do nothing. They're just gonna sit there and look at you, just like they did at the protesters at the Capitol. So I think everybody should own a firearm. The issue is owning a firearm as a black person it becomes a whole other thing. Like,
it's like a liability. Like, you have to think.
Like, I would only ever be able to have it at home. You know, I can have it in my car. That's just terrifying.
That would get you shot or arrested immediately.
It's just terrifying. It's just a terrifying ideology. Like, just like that I could be killed or pulled over or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's terrifying that I can't even protect myself without fearing that the person who's supposed to, I pay taxes to fucking help me out.
See, that's what I don't get. Their whole thing is protect and serve.
No, they actually ruled. There's a court ruling they don't. That's not actually what they do. They're not there to protect us at all.
When did that happen?
Oh, there was something like where a guy was like, a cop saw something going on and didn't stop it, and then like they ruled that that cop didn't have to stop it. So like their job is not, their legitimate legal job is not to protect and serve.
Oh,
it's just to uphold the law. That's it.
Oh, well,
protecting and serving. No,
I feel very safe now.
Right. Now there's a blue flu going on. That's what they say. Like, oh, they all hate cops and there's a war on the blue.
I mean,
this is the thing.
Fuck, man.
I just always think it's so funny when like my job is hard.
Yeah.
Go do something else. Yeah. You can quit. See, you can quit being a cop. I can't quit being black. I can't take my skin off. Right. Unless I'm Michael Jackson. My shit.
If you don't have the composure to be able to pull a black man over without being afraid to pull out your gun, you should not be a police officer. That's my thing. I don't think you should.
Yeah, I think it takes like an extreme amount of. Who that?
Lionel.
I'll call him. Answer that.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Podcast.
What's up?
Oh shit, we're on Rainbow.
On Rainbow? Okay, I hope you're winning.
What is Steph saying?
I hope you're winning.
He said he hopes you're getting
dubs.
dubs.
I made it to plat 3.
I don't believe it.
Oh, nice, man.
No, I did actually.
I said nice.
Oh no, Jake said he didn't believe it. And my KD's a 1.29, 1.28.
Wow.
Well, I'll have to see that after I get this podcast done.
When's that gonna be?
Like, I don't know, an hour.
Okay, because I got Colton playing too.
Okay. I'll be on after then.
Okay. I'm on grinding.
Okay. Goodbye. This one. All right.
I love how he sounded like the podcast was an inconvenience to him.
Like, okay.
All right.
In an hour.
When is that going to be done?
Yeah. Well, if you're not doing anything except playing video games, he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? That's not playing.
See, now you're starting to get it. Shit doesn't affect you personally. You don't understand it. Which, can I fault you for it? Not really, but I do think you need to educate yourself a little better so that you don't end up sounding like a bigoted asshole.
Yes, sir.
What else happened?
COVID.
So the Supreme Court ruled that they don't have to give not contraceptive. I don't want to call it. They don't have to give birth control as part of like a health insurance plan.
Didn't Donald Trump pass that or something, or have a big part?
Yeah, it was like challenging the Affordable Care Act, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like birth control is as much. It's obviously for preventing pregnancy, but it's also for periods. They like to control their periods and kind of regulate them better because when women are off of birth control, they have heavier, longer periods.
Yeah. So my thing is, before I even start on this thing I'm gonna tell you about and why I kind of understand why it happened. I'm gonna let you know I'm completely for exactly what you're for. Like I think this is it's about women's rights. Like they should be able to have this. You know what I'm saying? You can't ban abortions and then ban birth control. How much fucking sense does that make?
They have all kinds of fucking kids.
Right. You're so stupid. But so issue is we live in the land of the free, home of the brave, whatever the fuck. Freedom of religion's a thing, and so they can be like, oh, it's against my religion to do this, right? And the issue is you kind of have to abide by that, because if not, it's kind of a slippery slope. Because then people can just do whatever they want. They can't, they can't pronounce religious freedom to certain things, right? Mm-hmm. So, because then businesses can be like, oh, it can just go bad real fast if you don't respect the freedom, right? Then you start taking away from it.
Yeah.
And my issue is that, like, when I heard all this, I understood. I was like, okay, so it's just the way. It's the fact that it's tied into your work. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't tied into your work, we would not be having this conversation. That's why it just needs to be Medicare for all. Like, anytime I talk to somebody who lives in another country, they always think it's so crazy that your health insurance be tied to your job.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a job, it doesn't mean you shouldn't get health insurance, or health insurance shouldn't be at least affordable.
Right.
It's the dumbest shit in the world.
Dude, health insurance and minimum wage are two things that other countries are doing so much better with.
I know. I just don't
understand. No other country in the world
it's because
underpays people that make tips for their wage. We cut minimum wage in half, in a quarter, and then give that to people and be like, you're making tips, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Other countries give them minimum wage plus their tips.
Yeah. My thing is, this is the thing about Europe and those countries is like, They got to restart. They got a fresh start. Like Japan and all of Europe.
Oh, Japan got a fresh start.
Oh yeah. No, but like Europe and Japan, they all got fresh start because all their entire infrastructure was blown to shit. Everything they had set up was fucked and had to be rebuilt from the ground up. Mm-hmm. And so
that's true. Like Germany.
Exactly.
Germany got completely reset.
Right. So a lot of those countries got fucked to shit and build right back up,
Yeah.
or they didn't start like crazy super fucking.
Yeah, we didn't get that fresh start. We're kind of like patchworking our shit.
Yeah,
because
our government, our
government never got.
We're
like
just
a fresh
just
start.
fixing an old machine that's been going, man.
Yep.
We're slowly adding different parts to it, hoping
What year was the Declaration signed?
Like
17 something.
Yeah.
Like we've been running off that, patchworking it for that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like we're still working off a gang of old rules, right?
Yeah.
It's just so weird to me. I don't know. I wish and when you've been poor and you need medical attention, like. That's when you're like, man, I don't care. Like, if I have to pay extra $100, $200 in taxes, like, I don't care. Like, if it means that I don't have to worry about being taken care of. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, we already have Medicare for all pretty much set in place for old people, for kids. Yep. It's just like if you're essentially working age, you don't get it. It's like you don't.
If you're just a normal person, you don't get it.
Yeah, you don't get it, which is so weird. Like you as a white cis male, like you should be fine getting health insurance. Same as a black transgender fucking.
I'll tell you, Medicaid fucking sucks, dude. Medicaid sucks ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a system I wish I would, really work upon. I hope to see it like actually come to fruition in my lifetime.
Be nice, at least in our kid's lifetime. My kid doesn't have to live in this fucking fucked up world.
Play anything new lately? Same shooter BS.
I've been playing a lot of Rainbow, COD.
Are you winning, son?
No.
No, never.
No. Because I've been playing on Xbox. Other than you, I don't know anyone else anymore that plays PC games. It sucks. And we don't even play together.
No, I've never. It's so weird.
It is weird.
It's funny because I played a lot of COD when it first came out.
Yeah.
I've danced the fuck out of it.
It
just got boring.
Oh, all the people that I normally play with have fucking Xbox, and they are so stuck in their ways with the Xbox. I don't understand. I keep telling them every day. The console, like, it sucks.
The thing is, like, this is the thing. A lot of people, you were paying. I don't know how to get this through people's heads. You will pay $60 every time a new game comes out. If a game is single player, I do not pay for it.
I haven't paid for a single player game in years.
Exactly.
I just watch videos. Let's watch.
I pirated, like straight up. I bucketed that motherfucker. But there's so much you can do with the computer that you can't do with an Xbox, and they're starting to cost relatively the same for maybe an extra $200. You got a whole ass computer.
And you can do more than just play games on it.
Right.
You can edit stuff. You can surf the web.
Yeah.
Pirate the government. You can do anything you want.
I mean, there's tons of free movie shows. Mm-hmm. It's so weird. I mean, I still pay for a bunch of streaming servers just so I could play it on TV. But
and having to pay to play online, I hate it.
Oh, that's so weird.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
What is that? It's free too. That's the worst part. Like, PlayStation 3 then adopted a pay model, but I play on PC. I've never paid to play on the internet.
Because you already pay for your internet. Why would I have to
Why would I pay?
Yeah,
I'll pay you.
They
still sucker motherfuckers with that.
And the new consoles coming out, they're $500.
Yeah. And you see every famous streamer what they're playing on.
Fucking PC.
On PC.
Yeah.
And maybe they use a controller.
Every pro league player, anyone who's good at video games is playing on a PC because it's just so much better.
So much more accessible.
Yes. God damn it. I've been trying to play Rainbow with Lionel and Colton and all of them on controller for months. I haven't gotten better. I know all the strategies. I know all the mental gameplay. But when I get in a gunfight with someone, I always fucking lose because I can't aim with a controller without aim assist. It's impossible.
I was playing. It's funny. I enjoy Red Dead. Mm-hmm. I was playing it on my brother's Xbox. And there's a point where I literally just stopped playing it because I was like, this is so garbage. Like, if I play on PC, it's going to feel so much better. Because, there's a lot of aim assist and, I don't know. I was Xbox for years since I was a kid, you know? Second I got a PC, I never went back to console.
Right. If the main people I played with was just finally make the decision to switch over, I would never touch a console again unless it was, an exclusive that I really wanted to play, which doesn't happen that much because Xbox exclusives suck. I heard The Last of Us 2 sucked. Which made me sad. The ending sucked or something. I don't know.
The story just wasn't the people's liking. All right, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Did you watch Walking Dead?
Yeah.
All of it? A lot of it? Up to Negan?
I haven't watched the newest
Up to
season.
Negan, though?
Up to Negan.
So you remember how everybody was upset that insert character's name here got perished?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically how it was?
That's why people are upset. Because they're
but the game itself was a good,
Yeah.
good
It
core
looks
game.
beautiful. Plays fine.
Okay.
People just don't like it because it does not what they're used to, and some big change happened. People don't like change. But the critics' reviews are like insane, but the regular people's reviews are low because they're like, oh, the story's shit. It's like it's not shit. It just didn't go in the direction you wanted it to. Doesn't make it bad.
It didn't serve your cup of tea. I don't know. I want more fun games, honestly. Because like competitive games are fun, but when you do nothing except play competitive game after competitive game,
too. I don't know.
It just sucks, man.
It get boring to me. Like that's why I played COD for like a month too. Stopped playing it because it just got boring.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm not playing Rainbow, I'll jump on a Warzone, and when I'm playing by myself, I'll either play. We just got a Switch finally after 3 or 4 years, and I've been playing the shit out of Zelda.
Yeah, because I haven't. Not Wind Waker, fucking Breath of the Wild.
The game is good as fuck, and it's just so fun to play by yourself.
Yeah, because you just vibe.
You just vibe. Man. You just kill shit.
And get up from it. Yeah, that's why I like Smash. Like I always like whenever all of us get together and we play Smash, like that's one of the best times ever. Because it's just fun. I don't know.
Yeah. I miss having fun. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I just miss having fun.
Well, that's the thing about like why, like I play a lot of WoW, but like WoW is an easy ass time sink because there's a lot of time you're sitting like chilling, like not doing shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like you can sink a lot of time. You can sink as much time as you want to WoW. Like it's endless, right? Yeah. But with my issue is like when you die in like Rainbow or Call of Duty or Fortnite or any BR or any fucking shooter. Because people like playing the competitive nature, you're usually sitting there. Like you died. Like even if it was some bullshit, like you're sitting there until you're up alive again, and then it's just a repeat. I mean, it feels good to like get that like like a 5K or like an ace or whatever the fuck. But when it doesn't happen, it's a lot of like boring, like running around and waiting.
You either on Rainbow, you're either gonna have a good game or you're just gonna hate the fucking game as a whole, and I hate that.
Yeah, I don't like playing out games you're obviously gonna lose. It never feels fun. Because like I was playing a lot of. Did you play Valorant at all?
I just watched streamers play it.
I played a decent amount of Valorant.
Because it was a PC game and I don't have any friends with PC.
Yeah. I played Valorant.
I would have played it, but
yeah, Valorant was fun.
It's like a CS:GO mixed with Overwatch kind of thing, right?
Really what it is. I just felt like like on CS:GO, maybe because there's no abilities, but like on CS:GO, there's a lot more openness to it. I don't even know how to explain it to you. Like in CS:GO, there's a lot of lanes. Let's call them. There's a lot of lanes. So like when you're watching certain edges and corners, see people coming. There's lanes everywhere. Yeah. So you can. It's like the competitive nature is like, all right, you need to make sure you smoke this area.
It has a better flow to it. And so.
It has a better flow to it. And a lot of the maps feel claustrophobic in Valorant, for me, personally.
So sniping's not very fun or anything on that game, right?
No, not really, man. Because there's not a lot of, like...
That's kind of how Rainbow is, too. Because they just added a new operator who is basically a sniper. Well, they didn't just, but like last season, they just added someone who has like a bolt action sniper. And she's so satisfying to play, but every map is just so close quarters that it's just...
Well, Siege, it makes sense that Siege is close quarters because that's like what the game is built around. Like the game is built around breaking walls and altering the chemistry of the building that you're in order to make plays and shit. Yeah. But whereas like, CSGO is just not like that. Yeah. Yeah. It just feels a little more open. Like a lot of it is like... Because like it plays to like medium and long range engagements and even short range because it's like you can do certain things to make it go from long range to short range. But then there's different ways to. It's just I don't know. Valorant's cool. The abilities are cool. The characters are all cool. I like that. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah. And then there was this Amazon had some fucking MOBA-esque game. It was called Crucible that didn't do well. It just wasn't fleshed out. New Amazon MMOs coming out. I'm trying to think. What else? What's happened in my life lately? I moved. Yeah. Just been chilling at the crib. Yes, bro. Quarantine's been chill. I've been doing shit.
My life literally has not changed.
Yes,
I go to work, come home.
You said it's been getting super busy with the mail, right?
Oh yeah, dude. People do not go to the store anymore. I'm telling you.
I know. You're telling me that now we're gonna have a resurgence of like people just not
leaving their house,
not leaving their crib,
because people are just realizing that it's just so easy to just order all their shit online and just never leave. Yeah, that's how it is. I fucking so many Target boxes. Like you would think it's mostly just like Amazon. Yeah, so much. I have like Target, like boxes full of like clothes and food and all that kind of shit.
A lot of food.
Yeah, actually, there's quite a bit of food. I deliver like ramen, meat.
Oh, meat? Like cold meat?
Yeah, like frozen meat.
Nice.
Just all kinds of shit.
Where's it coming from? Where's the meat coming from?
Somewhere. Oh. I don't know. Whatever company shipping it out.
Yo, my meat's outside.
Right. And you have to like leave it for them or make sure someone's there before you leave it. It's just a pain in the ass.
What happens if no one's there? Take it back?
You take it back and leave a notice. It's like it comes in like it's so frozen and it comes like a little cooler that it can sit there for a couple of days before it starts like thawing. But
Yeah, I know you're talking about like dry ice and shit. Yeah.
it's basically like if you order it, you know you're gonna be home when it comes.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just a waste.
Oh, okay.
That's basically how it is. But my guess is that this is the whole COVID thing's gonna end maybe halfway through next year because things are just gonna keep coming back and it's just gonna keep getting fucking rotated because people just won't stay home. People just don't know how to stay home. I can't go to the bar and drink. My life's worthless.
I get it. You can't afford to do certain things because you're not getting paid. But now with the unemployment that came out, you know what I mean?
You're making more money. A lot of people are making more money than they were before, and it's like,
yeah, for sure, nigga.
That's
why you see me. I ain't doing. I'm no type of press to do anything. We came up because it was like I was working and we saved a gang of money, and then I took the quarantine out, got even more money, then her school money on top of that, and then I might even go back to school.
Yeah.
And just more money on top of that, just straight up 8. It's like fuck it.
Yep.
Might as well use it, cause like I'm not the type of person who I'm abusing the system. You're just using
the money.
every facet that I can in order to benefit from it.
There's nothing wrong with that. You have a kid and shit, but literally like, I just got that one stimulus check.
Hey,
that's all I got.
Stimulated?
No, because I'm working a lot harder than I usually was, and I got a 36-cent raise.
Oh, did you?
36 cents.
Oh wow, that's annoying.
What the fuck?
I should have gave you at least $1.
I know. I got $2 maybe.
Yeah, I feel like you guys should all be getting hazard pay. Whoever has to work during all this.
Because you gotta think about it. We were touching every box in a county, and everyone.
Are you masked up, gloved up when you're doing all that?
You don't need to do anything, obviously. So a lot of the older people just don't do anything. They just don't wear gloves.
They try and die for real.
That's what I'm saying. I was wearing gloves every day before this whole thing started because the mail's gross and it dries my skin out because I got eczema. But when I am in the office sorting, unless you have someone like you're training someone, you don't have to wear a mask. I usually don't because I'm in my own little cubby hole. But I usually wear rubber gloves, and then I have like mechanics gloves with the fingers cut off so I can like feel the mail and shit. So I don't have to touch any of the mailboxes. I don't cut my finger. And then when I'm done, I wipe my steering wheel and the shifter down with like a Clorox wipe. So like when I'm driving home, I'm not touching everything I touch with the gloves on, just to kind of keep myself like safe. Because like I'm not afraid of the COVID because I know me and Amani will probably survive it because we're like healthy people, but I just don't want it.
I just don't want it.
I'm not afraid of the government. I'm not afraid of COVID or this whole conspiracy. I just don't want it. I just don't want to get sick. That's what
I was telling people. Like it's not even about like because obviously me or my girl would live through it, and my kid would live through it. It doesn't kill kids. Right. But imagine because you wanted to go to store, you wanted to do this, you wanted to do that unsafely, you get your kid sick, and now you just feel like a dick. Whenever you get your kid sick, you feel like a dickhead.
Yeah.
You're like,
sure. I can feel that.
Yeah. Because like even when I got regular sick and my kid got sick, I would always feel like a dickhead. There's not much I could have done because I just get sick and the baby's around me all the time, so he's gonna get sick.
Right.
But it's just unfortunate. That's the shitty thing about somebody getting sick in the house. Like when you have like a family unit, so everyone's gonna get sick. Whoever brought it, you're gonna give it to everybody.
Yeah. I remember when Lionel, he ate some really shitty Chinese food. Yeah. And he gave it to everyone in his house. Yeah. And we literally just stopped in for a day because that's when this was 2016. So he still lived with his mom, and Amani was in college. So I was over like with her in her dorm room and stuff. And we'd stop by. We stopped in for like an hour. We caught that shit just from going inside the house.
Jesus Christ.
And it was like super bad diarrhea. Couldn't get out of bed without throwing up. And just imagining like.
Did you guys eat something while you're there?
No, we walked in. I think maybe it's just because I was using the doorknobs and I like didn't wash my hands directly after. But now, dude, this shit has me like washing my hands nonstop.
Oh yeah.
Like if I go to the store, I put sanitizer on before I touch anything in my car. I get home, I take the groceries in, put them away, wash my fucking hands again. You know, it's just. Wild. I'm not paranoid. I'm just very, very, very like I know what I'm doing.
Paying attention.
Yeah. I feel like everyone should just do that. It's not awful. Just to be clean, you know.
You're self-aware.
Self-aware. Because like people don't understand that like I see so many people like have gloves on and a mask, and that's great. But then you touch your mask with the gloves, and you like pick your face with your. It's like ew, that's awful. Like you're just making it worse for yourself. You're stupid as fuck.
They're not even using it effectively,
right? At
all. Yeah, people are wild weird.
And then you have the people that are like super paranoid about it. Because we went to Goodwill the other day, or not Goodwill. some store, and somebody had on. I saw them. It was me and my sister. They had gloves on, like the dishwasher gloves, and they had a full respirator on.
Right.
And they were like spraying everything before they touched it. And it's like, if you're that scared of this shit, don't go out.
Yeah.
Just have someone pick your groceries up for you.
Yeah. And just do them all there on the spot.
It like the whole mask and self-preservation thing is kind of on a spectrum too. If you're in the middle, you wash your hands, you wear a mask, you'll be all right. But if you're being a mad dickhead and not wearing anything and coughing all over shit, you're gonna get people sick. You're gonna get yourself sick. And if you're on the other end of the spectrum, you're just gonna annoy the fuck out of people and make them think you're an idiot. It's like,
don't be stupid.
don't be stupid. Just wear a mask. Wash your hands.
Yeah, it's been nice. Just cause like I don't know, you come more in tune with yourself. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've wisened up a lot more. I don't know. I feel like I watch the news every day.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
So,
what else do you have to do? Sit at home?
Well, no. I've always watched news every day.
Oh, you have?
Always, yeah. I always watch it. It's something I've got from my dad. But I always watch news every day because I like stay informed. I don't want to be the nigga blindsided, or I don't want to be getting my information from Facebook all the time.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's the worst thing you can do is just get
Fucking
all your information.
Facebook.
Because like I'll see something like on my like a news source that I trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go look at the article and see it pop up somewhere else and like read people's opinions and like try to get it different. I really I even like go like constantly on Facebook. I go to the Blue Lives Matter page, right? Because I want to see somebody else with a dissenting opinion other than mine. You know, It's like I gotta understand what a person thinks like. You should have seen when that lady called and threatened to call the cops on a black guy. The people in Blue Lives Matter were like, I can't believe she did that dog like that. No mention of the black guy. That shit was mad funny.
Oh my god.
I was like, it's a bunch of racist people who like these are like the people who like say they're not racist and like they're just. That's the weird thing is like racism is weird, right? Because it's like it's a prejudice within you that you're taught. Like it's learned behavior and you don't know about it because it's kind of subconscious. You subconsciously think something is more negative than another based on, something as superficial as skin color. So it's like a lot of them don't realize like a lot of stuff is just racist. Like people are like, oh, so what was it? I don't know if it was Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders or somebody. They were at the monument. Oh, was it Colin Kaepernick? I don't know. It was somebody who was at the monument. What is it? Goddamn, what's it called? In Dakota, fucking with the president's head on it. Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Mount
Somebody's at Mount Rushmore, and they're like saying like, "Oh, this is nice, blah blah," blah. And then like 4 years later, they're saying it's racist, and they're like, "Oh, see how they flip flop?" It's like, no, your opinion changes when you get new information. That's called growth.
Yeah.
You shouldn't always have the same opinion for your entire life.
No, the opinion that I had when we started about
Natives.
being prejudiced towards natives,
Yeah.
I've grown and I've learned that not all natives are bad.
Yeah.
It's just people who are abusing the per cap system. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
This has opened my eyes a bit. Like you said, it's been enlightening. It's been nice.
And that's not to say you're a horrible person. It just means you've grown. You understand that here's new information, and you're like, oh, new information, opinions change.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. And like you got to understand, Mount Rushmore is racist as hell. Like we're like oh, everything's racist now, blah blah blah. Like yeah, a lot of it's racist. Like we're just cycling through it. We're just realizing it now because we're like thinking proactively.
Have you listened to? Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Go ahead.
Okay. Have you listened to? Do you know Run the Jewels? You know who they are? Killer Mike and LP. Fuck. I literally just lost what I was gonna say. Something on their album they said. Oh, one of their songs they're talking about look at all the slave masters posing on your dollar. I never thought about that. Every single president on the bill, except for JFK. No, JFK is on the 50 cent.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
owned slaves.
No, he was a penny though.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't even know. He's on the $5 bill though.
Is he?
Yes, $5 bill.
Yeah, he's on the $5 bill.
I was about to say-
Who's on the penny? Is that Lincoln too?
That's Lincoln as well.
Damn.
He's on
Okay.
both.
Yeah, except for Lincoln.
Yeah, George Washington's on the quarter and the.
Yep, and then Benji's are hundreds. I don't think Benjamin Franklin was he was a
I don't think he owned slaves.
he was a yeah.
Anyways.
But the majority of them were slave owners.
Yeah. So this is my thing. If we were to judge everybody with like outside the context of their time back in the day, they're going to be racist. That's how it is. Like and now that the problem, the thing with the whole statues thing is like, if you're celebrating the good that those people did in the world, right? Like establishing a nation and trying to do better by their people, right?
Yeah.
Then it's like okay, we're celebrating that. But when you have statues celebrating people who literally lost, were traitors. enslaved black people.
Yeah.
And they are that's celebrating everything they did, right? Which was enslave black people, be traitorous, and essentially lose.
Yeah.
So it's like, so tying back to my Mount Rushmore statement, it's like, it's racist. I don't care if the president's heads are on it. It's fucking racist. You stole a bunch of land and then fucking threw a statue on it. How disrespectful is that? Imagine I come in your house, I say this shit's mine, and I piss right in the middle of the floor.
I'd be pretty upset.
And kick you out the door.
That'd be sad.
You'd be fucking upset, right?
Yeah.
So then when somebody goes, "Hey, this is wrong," you're not supposed to be like, "You're fucking with my." It's so funny because you're like, now you're fucking with my, essentially like my heritage, blah blah blah. Like this is that. Yeah. Nigga, you did it first. Yeah. Like your heritage came in and took this whole fucking land. So it's like you just gotta understand that. And it's not saying like, oh, you have to give it up. Oh, you're wrong. Oh, this, that, third. It's like, it's just a statue, my nigga. Mm-hmm. Like, if it hurts those people so much because their ancestors, a lot of them were slaughtered and their land was stolen because of it, and they want it down. It has not done anything to you personally. Like the statue hasn't done anything for you. It's not like the statue represents something insane for you. Because even if it symbolizes something for you, it's not just symbolism for them. It's a physical representation of their land being taken right in front of them. Yeah. For you, it's just some random ass symbol. So it's like, let them have their land back and fuck some random faces on. Like, I mean, you're essentially all those people own slaves. I don't like them either. They enslaved black people and we're cool with it. Even if that's in the context of the time, it's still fucked up. Yeah. So it's like, I don't care about the statues either. Tear them all down. Tear all the statues down. Who cares? They're marble. Why are we erecting statues anyways? For what?
To show that how great of a country
I like Dr. King. Do I think there needs to be a statue of him? No.
No.
I don't care for there to be a statue of him.
Whatever did happen to Harriet Tubman being on the 20 though? I thought that was gonna happen.
She's black. She's not gonna be no money.
That's fucked up.
Wildin'.
That's fucked up.
But
that's fucked up, man.
It's just a wild situation, like how people can just cape for stuff because they feel like the white people feel like their house is being crashed down on. It's like, yeah, well, if your house's roots and foundation is built on racism and benefiting from a racist system, yeah, of course, when we start delving into it and like delving deeper and like tearing shit apart and finding out what's racist, the things that are racist are going to start to go. Yeah. So yeah, they're part of your whatever, but they're inherently racist. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you gotta go.
I've been saying this my entire life. We just need some sort of apocalypse to happen to refresh our government and worldview because it's happened to everyone else basically, except for us. America's been the true standing country throughout this whole fucking thing. Yeah. Man.
That's why I always tell people like Obama's the worst thing to happen to black people. I say that because, and somebody said it was good, right? It was good because it showed the black person that they can achieve anything, which is right. I think personally in the white community is the worst thing to happen to black people because now white people get to point at some representation and be like, look, he did it, stop bitching, there's no racism here, there's blah blah blah. So between this presidency and the last one, racism has just like before it was like it had to be super subtle and hidden, and now it's like it's just reared its ugly head. Like now, like if like I think racism is going away. I think it's getting better. Obviously, like just look at me and you. Yeah. But I think it's just apparent now. Like before, it was hidden because it was like subtle and hidden and like mysterious. Yeah. And it was like oh maybe I won't hire this person because of their name type shit. Mm-hmm. Now it's like straight up like you can't come in here type shit. Like now it's like you can go on Facebook and tell if a person's racist just by essentially who they voted for. Because this is the thing, people are like, oh, it's a difference of opinion. Like we can disagree and still be friends. Yeah, I can't be friends with you if your difference of opinion is impeding someone's ability to live, someone's human rights. Right. Like I can't fuck with you if you think locking kids up is a good idea ever. Yeah. Don't care what their parents did. I don't care what they did. They're 7 or 8. Yeah. They shouldn't be in fucking cages. Just period. They're literally concentration camps at that point. Like you can't just lock them in there. Kids die. Yeah. Some kids have died. So it's like now we have this thing all the way down there that we're responsible for. I feel partially responsible for because my tax dollars went to that shit. Yeah. So it's like
it's not right.
That's a difference of opinion to you. Mm-hmm. A woman. Just like Roe v. Wade is getting challenged all the way to the Supreme Court, right? Mm-hmm. The woman's right to have abortion, right? Yeah. Because it's like the whole thing about Roe v. Wade is it has something like you can read up on it, but it has something to do with privacy, and that's the thing that gives it the edge for it to be legal. So like abortion is like a private matter, and like a government can't like do this or that, the third on it because it's private, right? And they're challenging that. If you think that a woman's right to her body it's a difference of opinion, then I can't fuck with you. It's not a difference of opinion. You were literally saying someone doesn't deserve a right that I already have as a man. I can go get a vasectomy. Girl wants her tubes tied. She has to be 18 to 20. She has to be over, I think over 25. Pretty sure. Don't quote me on it, but over 25. She has to have at least like a kid or two. Or like, this is like if, like, to do it without any questions asked, right? So, kid or two. Approved by spouse in some states. Like, right. It's like she doesn't have any rights to her own body to say, and it's like, oh, well, whatever, like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you should have the freedom to do what you want with your own body. This is not your body. This is not, you can't control this. This is me. It's like, if your party aligns with taking away people's rights, right? And that's not to say, I'm not affiliated with Democrat, Republican, whatever. I think two-party system is so fucking stupid. It's what's got us in this dumbass mess in the first place. Because all the shit where the black people are dying, those are democratically run cities. That's not to say Republicans would do any better. That's just to say this is a fact, right? And so it's like, I think we just need people in power that lived the life. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody who Betsy DeVos is a perfect example. And if you don't know who that is, you really should.
Yeah.
Do you know who Betsy DeVos is?
Sounds familiar.
So
she's like very
her family owns a gang of shit in Grand Rapids. They own a hospital.
Oh yeah,
super
I
rich.
literally know one of the DeVosses. She's on my mail route. It's crazy.
Education secretary, right?
Yeah.
She didn't go to public school. Kids don't go to public school. She's never taken a loan out for college. So
you've never lived the life.
So do you think she should be a public education secretary? No, fuck no. You have
She's
no
never
idea.
Experienced
She's literally diverting funds from public to private charter schools. So again, if the person you vote for or you align yourself with is okay with taking away human rights,
no,
I can't fuck with you, big homie. It's just not how it is.
It's not gonna happen, man.
No. Stop calling it a difference of opinion. Say you don't want. Just say outright, like, you don't agree that person should have a right to do this.
Right.
Don't say difference of opinion because it's not fucking true.
Very true.
If wearing a mask or black people dying is a difference of opinion, it's not a difference of opinion, big homie. Wear a fucking mask. It's been proven. Science.
It's
there, right? I'm not saying the government should force you to do it. I'm saying you should do it because you care about others.
Yes.
Right?
It's like an honor system.
Yes. I don't care how healthy you fucking think you are. Because you could be healthy and live through it, but if you're fucking asymptomatic and you give it to others,
I'm literally a living survey because I go to Walmart about every fucking day because it's right over there, and I see who wears masks and who doesn't. Yeah. It's usually white trashy people who don't. Yeah. Because they're like, fucking COVID. Yeah. I've lived through fucking rabies bites and shit.
Right.
And it's either them, or I've seen some very entitled white families. I've never seen a black person without a mask, and that's what's weird.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone of colors, black to whatever, Mexican, Spanish. I've never seen any of them without a mask. I've seen
because we can't afford.
Yeah.
Because we can't afford to get sick.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't afford to get sick. I don't have no insurance. I can't afford to get sick. That's the other thing.
Oh man. Don't know. I don't know. It just seems like very ignorant people are the ones who are not wearing masks, and all those ignorant people are turning out to be white people.
Yeah, it's a very, very shame. It's a very shame how white people awful white people call it, the lesser races, quote unquote, are the ignorant ones, but it usually ends up being them.
Because they have a pedestal.
Yeah, but they want to call it difference of opinion. No, I just don't. So this is the thing. I'm black, so a movement saying that my life matters.
It's a difference.
It's not a difference of opinion. To say my life matters. Yeah. You know what I mean, even if we just whatever we just take literally the ideology. You can't tell me there's a difference of opinion. It's just so weird.
It is weird.
Right. You can't tell me people dying to police over their stupid actions is a difference of opinion.
I don't know.
The dumbest fucking shit I ever fucking heard of in my fucking life.
How do you feel about demilitarizing police?
You talking about
taking
demilitarizing?
Taking their guns away.
Taking their guns away? I don't think we should do that. I'm not really a big fan of I don't know. Defending police is a very different conversation because it's not really saying no police. It's saying if you have a hammer and that's the only tool you have, everything's gonna look like a nail, right? Hammer's not the best tool for everything. You're not gonna saw something in half with a hammer. So instead of sending a cop for every fucking thing that involves anything, we send people who might be better qualified, like a wellness check, right? Why on earth would you send somebody with a gun to go do a wellness check? Just go fucking knock on the door. Hey, is anybody in here? Yeah. Right.
Maybe even Kind of like a paramedic or something.
Right. That person's also not trained to de-escalate. That person's not trained to. He's trained to respond and enforce law. He's not trained to de-escalate a situation or investigate or nothing. He's just literally there to enforce laws that he really doesn't even understand. They're just saying enforce this. Okay.
You're getting paid? All right.
Right. And then it's so funny. Like, I just don't understand the essence of like being a cop, because you're enforcing a law that might turn out to not be even a law later.
Mm-hmm.
So you've then arrested people. It's like being in the military, like murdering people, right? Then you get out later and you realize, like,
what the fuck was I doing?
I was murdering people for somebody else's benefit, not my own. And it fucks you up.
Like everyone incarcerated for marijuana charges.
Exactly. It's like you're enforcing that. The war on drugs is so fucking racist. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're just. I just don't understand how you could just go arrest people. And the thing is, you can't. If we're talking the essence of how law should be, you can't arrest people for. You can't just not arrest people for stuff you don't agree with. That's just not how it works.
Right.
Right. You have to arrest everybody because they break the law, whatever the law is at that point in time. And it's just so weird to me. I think that once they do that with a law, they need to acquit those people and then pay us some money back. Like, you arrested me for something that was not illegal anymore.
Right.
It's dumb as fuck.
Next time I get pulled over, if I don't get a ticket, I'm gonna say, you're not doing your fucking job right, buddy. You're a piece of shit. We're out of time.
All right.
But Kanye 2020.
Oh, you're high. I swear to God, you put that in the ballot. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. No, I definitely don't fucking.
No, don't vote. Don't vote for Kanye.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And
Kanye's the worst person that could.
I think 4 is enough, bro. I think we just need to get rid of the 2-party system in general.
Yep. We need. I just miss Mac Miller, man. Honestly, I just miss Mac Miller. Wish he was still alive.